Time now for Futures in Focus. Oil is higher after weekly inventories fell by more than 5.8 million barrels. The market was looking for a build. We're joined now by Bob Iaccino, Path Trading Partners founder and chief market strategist. It seems like expectations are constantly the opposite of what we're getting, Bob. What's going on with the market and why are predictions so incorrect these days?
Well, it's awfully tough in crude oil when you consider that essentially they've got about 6 days to prepare their estimates. You've got the three most important things in the crude oil markets from a data perspective come out every single week. You've got API, EIA, and then rig counts. But I think there was a little bit of it was 11 of 12 analysts last time I saw that were looking for a build in crude oil, and I think that was a little bit of them playing catch up. You saw refinery utilization tick up a little bit over the last week after having fallen 4 or 5 weeks, and that tends to be what you look at this time of year. How much is actually going through refineries? Because the production is remaining steady, possibly even ticking a little bit as you see the wells become generally less productive on average. That has more to do with old wells coming to the sort of senior years of their life in terms of production than it does with sort of the underproduction of new wells. But that's really where you're looking at this. And then going into the seasonality, you're going to see these fluctuations.
Bob, I gotta ask, because we're all talking about Washington, D.C. today and these revelations over the last 24 hours. How much is that just conversation at the CME, and how much is it playing into any kind of trading strategy?
Well, it's funny. All of us were looking at the futures last night, watching them take a dip as the news of the guilty plea and the guilty verdict came through. And they dipped and they came back. And the conversation I'm hearing down here is until it actually gets to the president where there's a policy problem. And that's more likely to happen in the midterms than it is through the courts at this stage because the process takes so long. There right now is more focus on the midterms and how this may affect the so-called blue wave. And maybe the Senate actually goes over to the Democrats with this news.
Yes.
I think that's probably a little bit of a stretch, but it certainly looks like the House has a better chance at this point. Everyone's focused more on the midterms.
Bob, thank you so much. That's Bob Iaccino from the CME. More next. This is Bloomberg.